Dear friends, welcome.
Hello, my friends. How are you?
Another episode of iDreams
Yeah, I
and
dreams, and today it's about acceptance, I believe. Yeah,
acceptance, one of my favorite subjects.
yeah, me too, me
Yeah,
too. One of the hard subjects. It's not easy for
it's not
everyone
easy.
to
No.
accept. Yeah. So, you want to start
Yeah,
about it, or I have to accept
yeah,
you now?
yeah. You need to start accepting
I will
this.
accept you. I will accept you.
Yeah. So the acceptance, dear viewers, what is this about? We will be talking about acceptance in a sense of accepting the emotions. And that is one of the common mistakes. Maybe it's good to start with that. Is that also in the beginning, I used to have a lot of course, many of us had these issues. Um, well, problems with our. There were like years in my life where I had problem accepting my emotions, and
And
that's
thoughts, of course. Huh?
and thoughts, but I
Yeah.
that back then I didn't know about that.
Mm.
And what was interesting, Arash, is that whenever we had a discussion with, I had a discussion with anyone,
Mm.
and it didn't really matter what subject we were discussing. Um, I thought I have to, if someone tells me something, I have to agree with him or her.
Mm-hmm.
And if I don't agree, I mean, accepting means like I have to agree with this person.
Ah,
So
right.
it was like an ego, basically a trick by the ego,
Mm.
trying to see the acceptance in the wrong thing. And
But that's not easy, is it? I mean, it's like a conflict,
yeah,
and you have to you feel or you think you have to give up something, sacrifice your own ego. So
yes,
so
yes, yes,
it's not
exactly.
easy.
So that moment you're just thinking, how can I win this discussion? How can I be the best person out of this? You see it
Mm.
like a competition.
Yeah, yeah.
Who is right, and I have to be the person who is the right. I mean,
Mm.
how many of us have this struggle? I mean, we have it during work,
Yeah.
maybe with our parents, with our partners, and it's like you both of you like pulling some string, and then whoever or rope, and whoever pulls it mostly, he wins, and then this person is the winner.
Yeah.
So that's what ego wants us to
Which is not true. It's just an illusion. Yeah.
exactly. So and that time I thought perhaps I have to accept the other person. This means like, which means I have to let the person win.
Mm.
That is acceptance, which is not. It's not about winning anyone. It's not about you being right over the other person.
And you should
Yeah,
ask yourself the question, what is there to win? What am
exactly.
I going to win? Just this discussion I'm
Yeah,
going to win, but tomorrow, next week, next year, somebody else will come with another opinion.
exactly.
And you
It's
want to
never
win
ending.
from everybody? I
No.
mean, it's not
What does
easy.
it bring us?
Nothing. Just chaos and stress
No.
and not accepting. That is what it brings.
Not accepting in
Yeah.
that moment, it gives us illusion of like feeling good, because we think, okay, because I agreed, I mean, because my ego has won this
Yeah.
battle or a discussion, then
I
I'm
passed this one.
yeah, so I passed this, so I'm better or something like that.
Yeah.
And maybe it's nice to also tell about my one of my experiences which I had
Yeah.
long time ago. I had this trouble accepting, and maybe it's good to little by little tell the viewers what this video is about, which acceptance we are talking
Yeah.
about here.
Yeah.
So I used to have a lot of emotional problems, as I said earlier, and there was a time, like I think 20 years ago or so, when I start learn about Reiki, right?
Mm.
Many of us know about it. So it's like a healing technique with your hands. And before that, when one of the days when I went to visit the teacher,
Mm-hmm.
and we did one of the exercises we did is we were like, there were like a lot of chairs in kind of like a circle, and
Yeah.
we went, and the teacher asked us to go and stand in front of the chairs, which we did. And he was going to demonstrate to us about grounding, which we will discuss in the next video.
Mm-hmm.
But until that time, I didn't know much about grounding and everything. What he did is he started pushing us a little bit,
Yeah.
all of us, right? So some of us like kind of, well, they felt like a little bit like push, and they just still stood steadily. They didn't fall.
Mm.
Some others, they fall totally behind, right? And that moment, when it came to me, and I didn't expect it, he pushed me just a little bit with
Just
his
like
hands.
the others.
Yes,
Yeah.
like the others. And then what happened is I totally like flipped over behind, and it was really a disaster, and I didn't expect it. And he was just basically demonstrating to us the power, what it is about to be grounded, which we'll discuss more in the next video.
So
Yeah.
he was showing you your hidden emotions and what you kept inside yourself, and with closed eyes and with
Yeah.
a small shock, he was showing you that this is your state of being right now. Your mind is
Yeah.
now capable of it's not calm.
It was about that, but mostly he was going to demonstrate to us what is the importance of grounding, and why I mentioned this, because there is a really good relation with acceptance. But before, so as I said, I had problem accepting my emotions, and that time when I was really having all these problems with the accepting, my grounding was also terrible. Which meant when he pushed me just a little bit, I flipped over totally behind, and I didn't have my balance at all. And that is symbolically. I mean, when you're not grounded, which means you have trouble accepting, and we will get to that. You cannot stay with firm feet on the ground because you don't have any roots, and that is all symbolically, of course.
Yeah.
And later when I found out, hey, why am I having these grounding issues? Because I was really pissed off that day.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I didn't want to even accept that I'm bad in grounding.
No, there was this comparison, like how
why
come
the
that
other ones?
I was the way I felt was different than
exactly.
the rest, but why? What is wrong with me and all this? I know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the lesson that brought me that day was that I have to work on my grounding. Of course, it took me a while until I accepted that.
Sure.
But then one of the things I learned was, and we will discuss that in this video, is the power of now, Arash. So it's how important it is we stay in the now moment and accepting our emotions. And when we say accepting our emotions, is when we were discussing the example of when you're talking with someone and you're discussing anything, it doesn't matter. It could be also on a chat, doesn't matter. Whatever this person said, and we don't really have to agree with him or her, whatever emotion we are struggling to accept, so inside us, that needs to be accepted. So this is all about accepting the emotion.
Obstacles in the form of emotion, thoughts.
Yeah. Exactly. It's the so whatever a blockage we have built inside us. So whatever actually gives us that emotional pain.
Yeah.
As long as we don't embrace those emotions, as long as we think like, oh, they're not mine, this is yours, this is all because of you. So we try to basically push the other person, project it, and that is also an interesting subject which we'll come to.
Yeah.
So whenever we are not accepting, what happens is we are not accepting ourselves. We don't accept our own love. We don't love ourselves. Because we are saying we come with all this package, whole package, right?
Yeah. I want to say something. Maybe it doesn't sound really good to hear what I say, but if you really want to find this love inside of you, if you really want to remember that you have this life inside you, the light or the love, they're the same. Well, this is the bad part. Then you have to see the darkness inside of you. If you don't see it, and if you don't accept it, you will project it or blame others, or you will push it, outside of you. But first you have to accept this darkness inside of you. Everybody is having it, so don't be worried. Everybody is having it, as same as light.
Yeah.
Everybody is having the same light, but first you have to see your own darkness, which is built inside of you, and it depends on so many things. The forms are different. Like somebody's darkness is based on his parents. Somebody's darkness is based on society. It doesn't matter.
Exactly.
But first you have to see your current darkness patterns inside of you. So there comes the accepting part. And
Yes.
before that, of course, you have to observe.
To be able to see that even,
Yeah, you have
because
to see it because there
that's
must be something to
yes.
accept first.
That's
Yeah.
interesting, and one of the thing is, Arash, I think the ego doesn't want us even to see that. We want to
No.
first point to the other person, or whatever, or society, or whatever,
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
Today is it society, tomorrow is it the other person.
Exactly, it's different. It has different shapes,
Yeah.
but it has the same content. And whenever we do that, we are not accepting. And whenever we don't accept, we are just trying to make that separation real. So we're trying to say,
Yeah.
this is not mine. This is his or her problem, or society or government's problem. Secret societies, Illuminati. It doesn't matter really.
Yeah.
Vaccinations, whatever we are trying to do, at that moment we are not accepting the emotion. So we don't have to really agree with those, either agenda, or whatever that person is telling us. It's not about that. It's about accepting our emotions,
Yeah.
accepting the moment, accepting that experience. Because as long as we don't see it, so we cannot bring the light. I mean, we cannot
No.
open the way for our higher self to shine upon those darkness, right?
And to make it easy, if you are not able to accept somebody else, it doesn't matter even what this person is saying or doing. If you cannot accept it, it means that you didn't accept yourself. Because if you can accept yourself, the love inside of you, then you immediately will recognize the love or the light inside the other person.
That is very beautiful. That
Yeah,
is so,
that is to
yeah.
make it simple, you know.
Yes.
You all know it. It's
Yes.
not that I'm
No.
very special or
It's
he's
all
special.
reminders. Yeah.
This is just a
Yeah.
reminder to remind you because this is hidden inside of you and you have to remember it. That's it. There is I'm like you, he is like you, we are
Yes.
all the same.
Yes.
And but first, please try to accept what is inside of you
Yes.
right now, and don't try to waste your time by blaming others or push it outwards.
Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't help.
No,
Yeah,
indeed. And
yeah,
one other thing, maybe. So we also mentioned the power of now.
yeah,
There's of course a famous book from Eckhart Tolle calling Power of Now.
yeah,
But
sure.
the what is the essence of now, and what is the relation with now? Is that it's of by becoming, I mean, being present in the now moment, we also being more present and being able to accept more. So so we need to be aware that one of the things ego is always trying to do is bring us back and forth in time. And whenever we are like at that moment, sometimes we are just with our minds, we are not present. So it is important we are present in the moment, and we observe the emotions at that particular time,
Yeah.
so we can accept it.
Yes,
For
yes.
so that is what you also said,
Yeah,
right,
yeah, yeah.
earlier.
That is another
Yeah.
way of saying it. Yes, it's
Yeah.
just you have to be in the now, and so you can accept what is happening right now. Because if you're not in the now,
Yeah.
it means you are not able to accept
No.
because you are afraid of something. There is
Yeah.
always some emotion which
Yeah.
is your
You're
ego is
distracted
using.
by the emotion.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
like fear of the future, like being worried about or being still sad or angry
Yeah. Yeah.
about
Yeah.
somebody in the
Exactly.
past. So, but this emotion that you're carrying with you is right now still in you, and when something happens outside of you right now, you're not able to be in the now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
are reacting out of the past
Exactly.
or because of the future.
Yes. Yes.
That is why you need to, maybe this is an exercise for you that
Oh, maybe
right
it's
now,
good to
yeah,
tell us to. Yeah.
to recognize every time that you are not in the now. If you practice that, then slowly you will become aware of what you are keeping hidden inside of you at this moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
So try to recognize
It
it.
also links a bit to our previous video where we
Yeah,
talked, one of the previous video when we talked about observation.
yeah,
It's again about observing whenever you're not accepting. First observe that whatever is going on, and then we embrace the emotion. We embrace whatever we at that moment we are having. So
yeah,
we don't push it away. No, we just be open, open for the emotions.
yeah.
And it could be a good feeling, which of course is easier to accept, but
Mm.
also the bad feelings.
Very, very nice that you mentioned this, because it doesn't matter if it's good or bad. Don't
No.
make something special out of it, and because this is also important. Because, for example, if you have a good feeling about something, that doesn't matter what it is. Again, the form is again not important. If you have a good feeling, don't make it something special, because if you do it whenever you're feeling bad, you will again use that as some kind of drug.
Hmm.
But what will that do to you? Another distraction,
Yes.
and you will
Yes.
again, you're unable to be in the now.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
have to recognize
Yeah.
those
Yeah. Yeah.
moments
There are
of
all these tricks,
distractions. Yeah,
all these distractions. What is very important, stay in the now, whatever happens,
yeah,
observe your emotions.
yeah.
So, and the exercise is about that, right? So
Yeah,
being
yeah,
all right, that's a good
recognizing
one.
when am I not in the now, in the
Yeah.
present moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
And something else that we want to mention is the right way of accepting and the wrong way of accepting.
Ah, yeah.
The
Yeah.
the right way, yeah, we just talked about
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
but be aware of the wrong way, because that is like using some kind of belief system, some kind of slogan to avoid yourself. Like somebody tells you something that you don't like, but you say, "This is just who I am. You take it or leave it.
Hmm.
Whatever, man."
Yeah.
You know, there are so
And at
many.
that moment, maybe ego is telling us we are accepting ourselves.
Yeah,
So that is a good thing.
but
But
it's not true.
but we're not really accepting all the emotions at that moment from that other person who is also ourselves. Actually, we are all
Yeah,
brothers and
it's
sisters.
reflection.
So, yeah. So
Yeah,
what happens then is we get tricked by that, and we think, okay, is when I say this is what I am,
yeah,
I cannot do anything about it, and
yeah.
it's kind of arrogant, actually, arrogance.
It's
Right.
arrogant. It's ignorant,
Yeah.
because you're ignoring yourself and the other person. And the thing is, if you ignore the other
Yeah.
person,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's because you're
Yeah.
ignoring yourself.
Your true self,
Yeah,
exactly. This is not about the ego. We're not talking about the ego, which we think we are. We're talking about the true self. We're
the true
ignoring
self.
that true self, which is also reflected in the persons which we talk to, which we
Yeah, yeah,
encounter. Yeah.
yeah. Your true self is the same as my true self, as his true self. It's the same. You just have to remember it. So be aware of the wrong way of accepting, because
Yeah,
that is
that's
not
a good one.
accepting. That is
Yeah.
like only God can judge me. This is who I am. Whatever, man. You know, that kind of things, they are not helping you. They are just, it costs you more time, more
Yeah.
ignorant.
Yeah, and it
Yeah,
costs you more energy to
energy.
build all these walls,
Yeah,
and while you can just accept whatever emotion comes in your past,
yeah.
which is
But do
much
not
easier.
forget, if you say whatever, if you say, this is who I am. This situation that you are in at that moment, it will repeat itself. It doesn't stop because you said the sentence, "This is who I am." No, it
No,
will not help you. It will come
exactly.
another week or
Exactly. In a
next
different
year,
shape. Yeah,
different
yes,
shape,
yes,
different
yes, yes,
person,
yes.
but the cause, the issue is the same.
Yeah,
So do it
yeah,
ASAP for
yes,
yourself.
yes,
For
yes, yes,
yourself.
yes. I think we discussed a lot of
Yeah,
interesting subjects today.
yeah,
And the next video, please don't forget to watch that as well. We will be talking about grounding,
grounding, which
which is
is
very
connected.
closely connected with this subject.
Yeah,
So yeah, stay with us and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, and tell your friends about our channel, please.
yeah.
We are just doing this for fun. We don't earn anything with this.
No,
This is just because we
just
love to do it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just sharing our experiences. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank
See
you very
you
much, guys.
next time.
Take care.
Bye.